Welcome to Straight Outta Jersey. Today's podcast is brought to you by Ace Sunglasses. Go to acesunglasses.com.au to purchase some of the best shades around. Use promo code MRG30 and receive 30% off selected brands. That's Ace Sunglasses, the shades of true champion.
Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z. With the Freak of New York, Gregg Valentino. And your host, Jersey Jay-Z.
What's up, guys? It's Thursday. We are live. I'm Joe Zapata, and with my boy, the Rambling Freak, Gregg Valentino.
What's going on, Joe? I was just outside before. We had a blackout before, so all the electric came up to it. I mean, I had to reboot the computer when it came in. And I was like, oh, fuck. We were outside because she told me, oh, shit, it's 8 o'clock. So I ran in and rebooted the computer.
Wow. What's up? So we got Ron Simmons said, damn, and then but we got Ryan said first. John Salty said, Momos, what's up, boys? What's going on? Ben Garcia, what's up, Greg and Joe? We got my man Klaus. What's up, Ben? Greg and Joe? What's going on? You see, his break just started. So I just want to let people know is that next week, Wednesday, I'm having an interview with the strongest man, Ted Arcidi. Okay, it's on Wednesday. Now, there's a little special guest I'm going to have possibly on it. Ted Arcidi might be on there because Jimmy the Bull actually had a competition with Ted Arcidi back in the 80s. And so we're trying to arrange that. So I might have Jimmy the Bull and Ted Arcidi. You know how sometimes Jimmy is with time. So I don't know.
I just talked to Jimmy. He said he was, on the phone. So he said, he was going to do it. So, but
okay, so we'll see.
You never know.
We'll see. So Ted Arcidi and Jimmy the Bull reminiscing about their old competition against each other. So we'll see. Be on Wednesday. It's going to drop on Wednesday. Biggest Momo. Hey, Momos, what's going on?
Now, Klaus, that's CH, right? That's the same.
Yes, that's CH. Yeah.
What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, guys. Elon, the Trojan horse on the left, or what? Yeah. What happened with Elon, Greg? What happened? You see that?
Dude, that's not normal, Joe. It has nothing to do with that bill. It has to do something personal happened between those two. You know something was wrong because Trump pulled back his pick for the for NASA, like he was gonna have and it's Elon's friend. It's like Elon's boy, and he pulled back that pick the other day, and something made him pull that back because Trump was all for the guy. Elon was the guy. So it's something that happened right before that personally, that and now they're throwing dirt like crazy at each other, and I don't like that. That's not good.
No,
on both their sides.
Yeah, it looks like war started.
Yeah, both do. But you know what? The Democrats are like, oh, we need this. Because the Democrats ain't got nothing. I mean, if you're a fucking Democrat, I'm sorry, but you have nothing else. So you just hope that those two fight. But that's actually going to not mean anything because it's two friends that fight. They'll kiss and make up eventually. But it's not going to do anything to make people go to you guys. You guys are a fucking mess. You got Tim fucking Waltz up there and people like that. You're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Bell says, what's going on? What's up, guys? Brian
what's up,
says
Miss Bell?
Friday here. What's going on? Yeah, Miss Bell said it's kids in the sandbox, basically.
That's what it is. It's terrible.
Klaus said, hey, Greg, guess what I'm doing in my country? The politicians are going to take away senior citizen Social Security in order to import more, you know what? I guess more.
Yeah, are you sure about that? Because they've been saying that in this country. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, are they really? I don't know if, like they keep saying, oh, Trump's going to take their fucking benefits. None of that shit's true. They're taking it away from the people who are the immigrants that are reaping these benefits, getting the SNAP benefits, getting all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't earn it. So, they're not making old people. That's not going to happen here. I don't know about your country, but if that's the case, get the fuck out of there.
Ben Garcia said, Joe, very pro wrestling-esque. Yes, with Trump and Elon. He turned right on him. As soon as he turned on back, gave him that clothesline.
Yeah, Ben, that's actually a good point. So now he's the heel. But it's funny how just a week ago, I watched Trump give him the golden key, and he was like, thank you, and Donald Trump is great, and he's this. Something personal happened between them. You know what I'm saying? I had heard. They showed a video of little X, which is who names their kid X, but just Elon's little son there, and he was picking his nose like this, and he was putting it on the desk of Trump, and Trump kept looking like this, and was looking at him, and was looking at Elon like, what the fuck? And they said that Trump got rid of the whole. Now, this is like a couple months ago. He got rid of the whole desk. That's not why, but I just thought that was fucking funny. You know, and Trump did say today, he did say one thing that fucking, I don't know. He said, if you really feel that way about me, why didn't you say that a couple months ago? Why are you saying that now? It's just something that none of us know about, and we may not know unless one of them fucking spills it. Something personal happened, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if Elon hit on fucking Melania. Who the fuck knows if Trump grabbed, well, Elon has a track record even worse than Trump with girls. Not for that, but he did do fucking Amber Heard, and I mean, and that's when she was in her prime. So I got to give Elon, you know, I would probably blow him to taste Amber Heard's fucking essence.
Rick Simon said, "Just want to say hi. Hope all is well. I'm over at Larry Rollers."
What's
Larry Rollers?
Is that a club or food place?
Ron Simmons says, "When is Lee going to be in the show with you guys?" I don't know yet. You know, we're still working on the things. I don't know yet, but I will have Wednesday Ted Arcidi, World's Strongest Man, on with possibly Jimmy the Bull. They actually went against each other in a competition.
Damn, Ron, you asking questions like that? Damn.
William Allen said, "American taxes should only pay for Americans."
Yeah, of course. That's a fucking, you know, Trump's not cutting that. Listen, let me tell you something. I'm a big Trump fan. The day Trump cuts that, then I'm going against him too. It's not going to do that. But you got too many people sapping off this fucking country. You know what I'm saying? That didn't, you know, they didn't contribute and shit like that. Can you imagine if I went over and I lived in Mexico and I started fucking like, you know, fuck the government, you know, fuck Mexico, you know, like it's just saying shit like they say here. You get fucking students from other countries talking about fuck America, you know, hating Jews and all this shit.
If you did out in Mexico, they wouldn't
tolerate that. Most countries wouldn't tolerate that. Are you fucking crazy?
Try that in like North Korea.
Yeah, go to one of these other countries and pull that shit and watch what happens to you. This country's too liberal. It's too fucking easy. They suck the ass of these people until it affects them.
Yep. Ben Garcia said Trump may make Momo moves or say Momo things every now and then and again, but to say Trump is on the Epstein list, I mean, come on, bro.
Listen to me. If he was on, can I just say something about that? He knew Epstein. Everybody knew Epstein, and there was big hitters. Okay, that doesn't mean he was on Epstein's island. And let me tell you why. Because the Biden people would have been like, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus," and they would have stuck that out there during the election. They would have released everything. The DOJ would have said, "We got the fucking magic bullet. Kamala's gonna beat him. Watch this," and they would have had pictures. No, just because he knows him and his pictures of him doesn't. There's pictures of me with a lot of people. I'm with some hot chicks and shit like that. That doesn't mean I was fucking him. You know what I mean? Trust me on that. I got pictures of me and Gladys Portuguese. I kissed her and wanted to fuck. And that doesn't mean I wish I would have been her fucking fart cushion for. You know what I mean? I would have let my face be her fart. Trust me, it's all bullshit. If they had the evidence, the Democrats would have used it. They were in charge. They had all the Epstein papers. They're the ones who redacted it. They had all the papers because if half of them were involved, okay? So trust me. I mean, Bill Clinton, right? I mean, none of these young girls claimed that, you know, they were with Trump. They can't. But they claimed a lot of other fucking big heavy hitters, you know? So
yeah, John Salty said, "Yo, Greg, Cody Bellinger just went yard. Told you guys."
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, yep.
I heard that they were pitching I know there was like one hit in the whole game. That a boy, John. Thank you for keeping me posted.
Yep. Ben Garcia said Jimmy the Bull missed his calling in pro wrestling, right, Joe? Yes, he did. Ted Arcidi, Bill Kazmaier, Dino
Jimmy
Bravo,
the Bull would have been perfect. You guys, let me tell you something. You guys see Jimmy the Bull on the fucking after hours, and he's sitting there and he makes jokes and everything like that. But you don't know how fucking jacked he was. Jacked in the day. He was like 260, 265, 270, and he was fucking jacked. You have no idea. I always tell everybody, I bet I fucking spotted him. And this is after he was already, you know, kind of finished with everything. Towards the end, you know, maybe it was 2002 or something like that. I don't remember. I spotted him doing reverse grip bench, right? And he had 600 pounds. We did it on stage, and nobody else was helping. Nobody else was on the left. Nobody else was. I was in the middle, and I said to him, Jimmy, please, I beg you, please, don't get stuck with this, because there's no fucking way I can fucking pull 600. I'd have to upright row it, and there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. My ass would have been on his face, and it never. And he said to me, don't worry about a fucking thing. I got this shit. And he went in and he did 3 reps, reverse grip. Reverse grip, 600 pounds, reverse grip.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Ted Arcidi on the phone, and me and him were talking, and he said to me, he's like, you talk to Pelleccia? And I said, yeah, I do. He's like, you got to get him on the podcast with me. He's like, I love that Italian. He was a strong motherfucker.
Yeah,
like, okay.
I'm telling you. Jimmy did everything fucking strong. I mean, you know, he would curl 200-something pound dumbbells. He would do, I mean, he was very, very strong. And he wasn't just, he was jacked, bro. He was jacked.
He was Jack. He said, I agree, Greg. It's all bull. Yes, it is. John Salty said, Trump definitely ain't no chomo. Guys, let's fucking go. And what did he say? John said, Jimmy is strong as fuck, hard ass worker. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He was really tough, man.
Just remember all the dirt. Remember, the Democrats had power. Joe Biden was in. They were looking for the magic bullet. They tried to kill Trump. They tried everything they could. They tried to put him in jail. You think that if they had the fucking golden, he was on Epstein Island with some young girl. There's a lot of people who went to Epstein Island, didn't fuck around. He didn't go to the island, but he knew him. Every time there's pictures of him, it's pictures of him and Epstein at an event. Okay.
Yep.
Which, you know, all the New York fucking billionaires know each other. It's not nothing, you know. But if they had the magic bullet, they would have used it.
Yep. Ben Garcia said, Joe, I have to give you props. That was a great interview with Sean Oliver. Great guy, great stuff. Try to get Jim Cornette next. I'm going to try to. Jim Cornette's pretty tough to get, but Sean Oliver is great. He had some great stories. You know, there was that one wrestler, Jamie Dundee, who he sat down and had an interview with him, and the guy, Jamie Dundee, was drunk out of his mind, right? So after the interview, he lost track of the interview because it was so bad. He was so drunk, the wrestler. He said to the wrestler, okay, I'm going to give you a copy of this videotape. Where do you want me to send it? And he said, send it to Jamie's mama. And he said, excuse me? He goes, send it to my mama. He goes, that's great, but what's her address? He didn't give her address, just said, send it to Jamie's mama. It was the funniest thing ever. He said, I don't know what this guy's nuts out of his mind. These wrestlers are fucked up.
I wish I don't know who any of these guys are. Cornette, I think, have like napkins and shit.
Yeah. No, these are fucking wrestlers and stuff, you know. But you know, I had a gear question for you, Greg. So my friend told me he got, maybe Ben Garcia or anyone else in chat can answer this. My friend got some equipoise.
Yes.
You know, equipoise. Okay. EQ.
My favorite was one of my favorites.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And he sent me a picture of it. And he goes, Joe, have you ever seen this? It was clear. It wasn't like piss yellow. It was clear. And he's like, I've never seen it clear before, but it's been so long since I got it.
What was the brand though, Joe? Was it Equipoise or was it like,
no,
when I used to take Ganabol, I actually don't, but I've also seen Clear Test from CVS. And then once in a while they'll give it, like whenever like I got from CVS, it's Watson. And then I'll get, every once in a while, they'll throw another one in there. And the Watson, I think, is slightly yellow. And then I'll get another one, which is clear.
Yes. So I don't know, but
I don't know, you know. It could be the oil that they suspended into, you know.
That's what the guy was telling him.
It could be that. But if you're buying Equipoise, an American Equipoise, I used to get that too, but I didn't like it. I like the Ganabol better. I'm trying to remember.
The green bottle, right? The green with the horse on it. Right?
That's the one I had. Right. That's the one I had.
Yeah, I remember it back in the day. Yes.
That's the one I had. That's Dominican. It's Dominican Equipoise. I love that. I would smack a whole jug in me.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. You know, like I said, I don't know. But guy told him it was the oil he used. Like
it could be that. I think the color doesn't come from the drug. I think it could. In some cases, it might. I don't know. I'd have to ask Dave. You know, but it could be the oil though that they use. Cottonseed, linseed, bullshit seed. You know, anal seed, whatever the fuck. You know, so it could be that.
You know, Luciano, hey Zapata, hey Greg, what's up with Elon? Black guy from his son, not buying it. By the way, who the hell names this child X? Yeah, we were just talking about that.
You know, that's a good, wait a minute. He just brought up a really good point, but that did happen before Trump and him started going at it. Okay, that's when he was giving him the key. It could be that X pounded him in the face because that kid needed a little discipline. He was a little wild. But I can tell you this. again, listen. Even if Joe Zapata and I had the worst fight night, we hated each other's guts. I would never. I don't. If I had some really bad dirt on Joe, I would never come out and fucking. I'm just don't operate like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't like the fact that Elon's saying the shit. I mean, look, you two can fight all you want, but don't like start hitting below the belt and say, you're on Epstein's fucking list, because we all know. I don't care if he's on the list of knowing him or whatever. Of course he knew him. There's pictures of them together at fucking parties. But to say like that, that's the Democrats wanted that. They had those. They're the ones who redacted the papers. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones who had the papers. So now you don't think that Christopher Wray and all those people and Jim Comey and all those guys who hate fucking Trump, you don't think that they would have fucking used that fucking shit against him? They would have. That would have been the golden goose. They would have killed the fucking. We'd all be having Kamala Harris right now as president if there was any truth to that. They would have used it against him. They tried to arrest him. They did arrest him. They for more bogus charges. To try to impeach him, shot him almost twice. You know what I'm saying? And had another assassin a third time coming, but they got it before. You're going to tell me that you think that they're going to hold that part back? No, they would have fucking buried him with it. And don't say, well, maybe they held it back as Bill Clinton. Everybody knows that Bill Clinton's on that shit anyway. I mean, what's his name had a painting of him in a dress, in his fucking living room. So,
Ben Garcia said stuff so fake nowadays. You can be buying EQ and it's really test probe or grapeseed oil. I wish it was around when Gregg sold. I would be a loyal customer. 90 stuff was real.
Well, I was getting legit shit. We were selling steroids. But you're right. Today, even trend guys, there's no such thing as trend. You know that, right? The real trend bowling, it was power bowling. And they don't make that anymore. See, you're not getting like this trend shit is not. You can't go in any pharmacy that I know of unless they sell bootleg drugs. Maybe in some fucking like Botswana, fucking wherever, But you can't go to like no fucking pharmacy overseas or whatever that has trend or anywhere else. They don't make that like that. That's a fucking bullshit drug. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Sorry.
Some William Allen says some tests is mixed with cottonseed oil. Yes,
right.
That's why some of it is cottonseed oil, and I think it's the actual the system like MCT oil, whatever, that turns it the color.
Right.
And that's what the guy was telling him, and
MCT oil is clear. You can use that shit on your fucking salad. But it could be cottonseed oil. It could be I'm not sure linseed oil. They use all these different fucking so it could be the oil suspended. But if you bought it off the street.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
I don't know. Man.
I have, and I haven't used it. It's a testing kit that Dave used to sell. Remember Dave used to sell?
Oh shit! Did you get it from Dave?
Yeah, I got it from Dave years ago when Dave was selling it on the website. I think he still sells it. I don't know.
Yeah, he does. I think he does.
So I got it from Dave a long time ago, and I still have it. I should have told him to send it out and try and test it. But I don't know. I told him I'm not sure.
Well, if you start making wicked gains off equipoise, it's test. It's not made to. It's like a deck. It's like a Decca's cousin. You know what I mean? Just that I like it better.
Right? And shred you.
Yeah, it's anabolic. So it's not that there's no such thing as a drug that shreds you. Otherwise, we can just get the fat lady fucking, you give your fat Aunt Rita some fucking steroid and she gets shredded. It's just that there's drugs that are anabolic, which are, don't produce a lot of fucking weight on you, don't hold water, you know what I mean? But they're, they will hold muscle while you diet hard. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not like people always talk about Winstrol. Winstrol will make you shredded. No, it does not. It doesn't make. I can give it to a fat person. That doesn't mean, like, I know fat guys back in the day used to say to me, look, I'm taking like Winstrol and Anavol because I'm trying to, cut up a little bit. That's not going to cut you. It means you got a fat ass to store. What fucking pro bodybuilder? If that was the case, pro bodybuilder could eat pizza and ice cream and just take a lot of Winstrol and Anavar and go for a bodybuilding show. No, they're still sitting there with the fucking skinless chicken and fish and rice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to still diet.
Brian said, have to be careful nowadays. Hey, Greg, remember when sometimes switch the fucking labels on the Babanya? Not sure which one you were really talking about.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Ben said,
like guys were taking HCG labels off and putting fucking growth hormone labels on it, selling it as growth.
He didn't know about that, apparently. I don't know. Ben Garcia says, Parabolin by Negman, 76 milligrams gooseneck bottle is the only real trend.
Yes, Ben. It's Right. From Powerball from France, that was the only real trend. All the rest is knockoffs, is all that shit that's fucking, that they make, some guy makes it somewhere. I don't know, but it's not legit.
Yeah. AR said, "Hey, Greg, did Dorian Yates ever confront you in person after you called him out in MD for the conspiracy theory?"
No, not the conspiracy theories. We did talk about him and I. He didn't confront me. He wrote to me, and then we talked about it in person. Yes, about the time I talked about him getting knocked out by that fucking MMA guy, and he told me, "Well, you should have asked me first. I was sucker punched and all that." And I don't know. Maybe he was. I should have asked him his part first. But I get along with him. We don't have any beef or anything like that. He's not. He's kind of a little strange, and but he's not a bad guy. I like him. I think he's a very smart guy. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a very intense guy.
Yeah. He was with Steve Weinberger the other day. I saw him.
Was he? Yeah. I get along. I mean, we're not buddies. I did the thing. I didn't. The when I attacked him was for the whole. Like a Holocaust show. One of those Holocaust deniers. Oh yeah, there was just a bunch. They got a bunch of skinny fucking Jews to lay in a pile and made believe that they were fucking like I don't. All that shit is absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm. Ben Garcia said, "You only take Winnie or Anavar when your ass is already cut up."
You do it to hold your muscle while you're dieting hard. So when you're not getting calories, you're restricting calories. You're eating really clean, really lean. There's not much there. You don't want it to test and everything helps. It will actually make you create a little water retention, and it's just that's the way that is. It's going to give you.
And what is EQ good for? Equipoise. What is it good for?
Equipoise is kind of like DECA. It's a very recuperative hormone. You know what I'm saying? Like DECA is very recuperative. Helps you with like recuperate and everything. They use it in burn victims. I just didn't like the DECA dick part. You know what I mean? I did get a little bit of that, and I don't like it. Anything over 400 milligrams of DECA, you're in trouble. You better take Caber going. I didn't really get that as much. I felt like with EQ, I felt like EQ had a little bit more pop. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like that. That's just, but okay. That's why they give it to horses and shit like that.
Simply Deep 1985 said, "Sup, Joe, Zapata, and Greg. What's going on in the chat?"
What's up, Simply Deep?
What's up? Ben Garcia said, "Homebrew trend is not real trend."
Right, you're 100% right. That's what everybody's taking. When you get these things like trend, I got trend. Yo, bro, I got a bottle of trend. That shit. Somebody made that.
Yep. William Allen said, "The Epstein thing is old news. No one will ever get arrested."
Yeah, but when he says this shit, it doesn't look good because when your best friend starts throwing you under the bus, like they were ass buddies up until I don't know what happened. Something over the weekend happened because that's when I think Trump woke up like on fucking Sunday or something like that over the weekend and pulled back that guy that they were going to Elon's buddy for NASA and Trump was all for the guy. So something happened where it's like, I don't think that's what caused it, but I think that was Trump's reaction to something that happened with Elon. Maybe they said something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. You really think that Elon is that upset about some fucking bill?
Yeah. It has to probably come down to money. There's always money in the background of evil.
Maybe money, but I think when you're dealing with two guys with billions and billions and billions of dollars, and Trump's been by his side the whole time, I think it's something more. There's two egos. And I think that, Trump's the kind of guy that, he's got a huge ego, and so does Elon. So both of them too, I don't know. There's something there. You know what I'm saying?
Windward Attack. Thank you for the tip there. Joe and Greg still recovering fucking orals. Love you guys.
Thank you, Windward.
Better, man.
Orals, I hope you're talking about oral sex. Orals are tough on the liver, so be careful with that shit,
Yeah, I know he's going through some health problems. Windward. I don't know. Hopefully you just relax, try and do what you can, just get better,
Right.
That's what you got to do, man. That stuff's pretty tough on you, those orals and shit. Who we got there? We got Homebrew Trend is like Homebrew Trend is like Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, that's what they use. I think they use a coffee maker or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. William Allen said, "Dorian is entertainment for use only for his theories."
He's not the most charismatic guy, but he said I like him. I think he's very intense and very smart. I do think he's smart, and I do think like he's almost like Gaspari when he wants, like when he focuses on something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why he was Mr. Olympia. There's a lot of guys who could have been Mr. Olympia, but didn't have the balls, like, you know, to focus like Dorian did. You know, we're two different people, me and him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Jerry Guns. Hi guys. Hey, Jerry Guns. He's actually a wrestler.
Hey, Jerry.
By the way.
He's what?
He's a pro wrestler, Jerry Guns, by the way. I know Jerry. He's a good guy.
Know that, but that Jerry's probably.
I don't know if that's the real Jerry, but that's Jerry Guns. I don't know. Simply Deep says something is sketchy about what's the beef between Trump and Musk. I think it's just a distraction. I don't know.
That's real. Today it was funny because I was watching a Will Kane show, and then before we had to do some shit outside, and they were, you know, it's at like 4:00 in the afternoon, and they were literally going back and forth tweeting as the Will Kane show. Holy shit, a new tweet just right now as we're talking. He says this, 2 minutes later, Trump just responded. He said this, blah, 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 blah. And they were back and forth. Just to, you know what? They were like, both of them have huge egos, and they were like two giant children. It was really crazy. I mean, I love Trump, you know what I mean? But, you know,
I mean, does he even do those tweets himself? He's sure he has like a.
Well, no, he does. He has somebody, but he tells them what to say. Say, fuck you, you're a piece of shit, Elon. And it's a woman, a girl. I watched the whole thing on it. But he don't sit there, give me my phone. You know, he's not doing that. They don't tweet anything he does because he's the kind of guy, dude. He's in control of everything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what kind of toilet paper do we have? No, I want Scott. I don't want that other shit. Get that out. You know what I mean? Like, he's very in control of shit. So you're not going to tweet on his behalf and say what he wants. Use his voice without him telling you. So that's whatever that is. And Elon Musk is the same way. So I'm shocked by this whole shit. I don't think it's a distraction for them to get something done. It's definitely fucking the Democrats, though. It's like, oh my God, they got erection from this shit.
Yep. Marcos said, glad to see you guys. What's up, Marcos?
Hey, Marcos. It's no different from Karine Jean-Pierre, his press secretary, right? It's no different from her fucking coming out now and saying, you know, Joe Biden's wacky. We had, she's leaving the Democratic Party. Like, wait, what? You're the girl who kept saying, you know, Joe Biden's got all his faculties. He's the best. He's smart. He's on top of it. I can't even keep up with him. And now that you're out of there, you just wrote a book and you just left the Democratic Party saying that they're all fucked up. So that's their Elon Musk. You understand?
Yep.
So I got to pee. I'm 10 seconds. I'll just give you a chance for me to shut up. 10 seconds. I got to pee.
Jerry Gunn says, hi, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I was in Killer Walter Wrestling School. Oh, so you want to train with Killer Kowalski? Walter? That's probably who you train with. Let's see. William Allen said, stop watching the news. It's better for your mental health. That's damn right, William. Stop watching that damn news. It sucks, you know. Jerry Guns, you said you tried out for WWE and had a brain injury. Yeah, I seen some stuff, Jerry, that you did. So I know you're legit and everything. And see, maybe if you can come on, we'll talk maybe on one of the shows. I can get you to come on with me. We'll do an interview. Simply Deep said another distraction. She's going where the wind blows. Well, probably. Luciano, Trump is gangster from Queens who's dealt with a lot of shit.
Yeah, but you can't say don't watch the news. It's all you can't say because you have to be informed. Otherwise, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sonny Cirillo says Gregg should take his shirt off.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, you actually took your shirt off before because before we got on, you looked like you were.
I was outside, and then when we came in, everything was still dark, and I had to reboot. I'm like, holy fuck! I can't just jump on it. I have to reboot it right away. You know, I got to turn everything on. You know.
Yeah, you had a blackout or something.
Yeah, it happened. It's fucking. I think up the street there was a pole. Somebody hit a pole. Yeah, no big deal. But we were outside because Lucia was sold this outdoor furniture thing. So
the blackout was.
That's why my shirt was all dirty. When I came in, I said, "Holy shit, Joe! Look at my shirt." I couldn't do it with the shirt on. I had it was all fucking dirt. You know. Wow.
I thought you told me the blackout happened because your mother-in-law fell in the backyard.
No, that would be a land tidal wave.
Oh, okay. I was curious because that's what you told me. Let's see. Ben Garcia says, Gregg, are you confirmed for Bama? Wish Joe could go. That would be fun. Funny moments.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm not 100% confirmed yet. I gotta see.
He's not 100% confirmed yet, so we're gonna see.
I think, right, Joe? I told you a few things.
I got me. Windward said Trump took away everything that Elon did with Dodge.
Doge. Saying what? Saying the country money was
fake, beautiful bill.
Fake, beautiful bill.
Trump is spending
just as much as Democrats did. No, Windward, it's more than that. If you really think that Elon's upset over a bill, he didn't undo everything Doge did. That's bullshit. They fucked with that bill so much that it's not even fucking funny. But if that bill doesn't go through, everybody's taxes are going to go up. And that's why the Democrats want it to fail, because then the taxes are going to go up. So then they can say, see. But that's not why they're fighting. Like Trump said, if you're really unhappy, this bill's been fucking hovering around for a couple months now. They started this bill a while ago. It didn't just come out. Trump said, well, why didn't you say something a couple months ago? It has nothing to do with the bill. Trust me. That's all both. That's a smoke screen. It's something personal. Something these two did personal. Whether Elon fucking pinched Melania's ass or maybe fucking hit on Kai Trump, which I don't blame him. You know what I mean? Because Kai Trump's pretty hot. But I don't know. But I don't know if we'll ever find out why. Maybe somebody who's close to it might spill the deal. But if you really think that Elon's like really upset over the fucking bill, has nothing to do with Doge and any of that shit. That shit's still going. That's all a smoke screen. It's bullshit. He's not upset with that fucking bill. He's throwing Trump because that's Trump's baby. So he's mad at Trump. So he's going to say, that bill's fucked up. But he didn't say that before. Why didn't he say it last week when he got the gold key? Why didn't he say that bill has been hovering around for a while? Why didn't you say anything before? Because it's not the bill.
Yep. Simply Deep said, I don't watch any of the news anyway. Too depressing. Jerry Guns, I would love that. Yeah, maybe we can get together, Jerry. I'll get you on here.
Prove your Jerry Guns.
Brian said, love and support. Question is that everybody too. Greg, have you ever had a really close friend for a long time and eventually they started to drift off and leave you for whatever reason? How did you deal with that?
Shit. Yeah, I've had close. Yeah, I did. The problem is, it's just the cycle of life. What happens is sometimes now what's going on if you're meaning of what's happening with Trump and him, that's not drift off. That's like today we're best friends. And if you're watching me and Joe make a video here, and it's like tomorrow I come out with a video. Let me tell you something, Joe Zapata. That motherfucker, you'd be like, what happened to that? I just saw him Thursday doing a video to get a no on Friday. Something happened here. But I have like a friend that I grew up with and was like a brother to me, slept in the same bed. And he fucking, what happens is he was more into fucking biking and motorcycles and shit. And, we kind of like the interest drift. So that's what happens, bro. It happens. It happens with boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. Sometimes you wake up and you have nothing in common anymore. You're kind of into this and you kind of drift this way and he's drifting that way or whatever. That's what happens, And
it's life.
It's the cycle of life. It happens to this guy's on here, I'm sure. I haven't talked to my brother in fucking 6 years. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Like, whoa, that's your brother. You guys grew up together. Well, you don't know what happened. He did this to me. Then I talked to his brother. Fuck him. You know what he did? So who knows? You understand? It happens. You can't sweat it. It is what it is. But my door's always open. I don't have, like, I'm not the kind of person that lets that shit fester in me. Otherwise, you'd be no good.
Windward said Trump ran on saving money and cutting government spending, but doing the opposite. I voted for this guy, but he's doing the opposite. I voted for this guy.
No, he's not. Windward, he's not. Well, how is he doing the opposite? If this bill fails, you're going to get the opposite because you're going to pay a lot more in taxes. That's why the Democrats are like, make it fail, make it fail, make it fail. There's a lot. It's not him. These bills. Or these fucking congressmen are fighting over shit because they all have certain little interests. No, I want this put in that bill. I want that put in. And that's the problem. You understand? It's that he's not cutting. His hands are tight. He can't even fucking throw somebody out of this country that's a criminal. Did you see the guy that lit the people on fire, right? The guy that lit the Jews on fire, right? Now, some fucking judge this morning said, well, you can't just throw his whole family out here. But they're all part of that shit. Every one of them are illegal and have already had deportation orders against them. You understand what I'm saying? But no, gotta have their just due. Well, can you imagine if I committed a murder in Mexico or something like that? And you think that they'd let me go through all this bullshit and then, no, he needs his day in court. They wouldn't even deport me. They'd throw me in a Mexican prison and let me rot. And there'd be no fucking like liberal over there. No, free Valentino. He's a citizen. He's here as he's a migrant, whatever the fuck you want to call me. It's bullshit. Okay, they're not even letting the guy do it. He can't do anything. You know what I mean? It's hard for him to get the prices down because they're against this tariffs. The tariffs are a good thing. That's going to make shit drop. Listen, Elon Musk just drew tariffs now under the bus, and he was all for tariffs. I watched him say it a million times. What do you think Dodge and all that other shit was for? There's something personal going on. It's a personal thing, and you're going to find that out. They're throwing dirty barbs at each other. It has nothing to do. You really think he lives home going, we got to make more cuts? Like the bill is so big. No, it's going to do. And you're being brainwashed about that bill. If that bill doesn't pass, we are fucked. I'm telling you, with taxes. Even Trump said, if the bill don't pass, you're going to pay a lot more in tax. It's to cut the taxes down. I'm telling you, don't listen to the bullshit.
Yep, I know.
Listen, you know how you know? All I know is the Democrats want the bill to fail. So that right there should tell you that if it's something bad, okay, they're going to want it. If it's something good, it's going to make Trump look good, it's going to prove Trump's point, they're going to be like, fail. They're not going to be like, yeah, they're not on Trump's side. Trump could fucking cure cancer, and they'll be like, you motherfucker, you just made a lot of doctors lose their living. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Now the drug companies are going to go under because you fucking cured cancer. Do you understand that? Stop believing the bullshit. Once you see a Democrat, when your enemy's happy about something, that means, okay, that must be a bad thing. So we want the opposite. Stop being fucking brainwashed by this shit. Yep. Give him a chance. The guy can't fucking do anything. He can't pick his nose. You're like, you're not Italian. Only Italians can pick their fucking nose.
Jerry Gunn says, I have a lot of respect for you guys. Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Ben Garcia said, they are both giant children. They both should have discussed that in person.
Listen, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Ben, I love Trump. But he does have that little, like, he can't do the sticks and stones may break, but, do this, like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, he can't do that. Do you understand? He has to come back. No matter how, just shut up with that shit. You know what I mean? Even the new scum. Okay, it's funny a few times. After a while, it's still Gavin, new scum. Okay, I get it. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right with that shit. You know what I mean? I love him. But you understand? That's the two children.
When we're at Texas, Gregg, Elon put his whole company on the line to side with the Republicans, only to lose Tesla stock value and get a slap in the face from Trump in the end. Elon looked up to Trump.
What's your name? Winward. No.
Winward.
No. The Trump we bought cars. Trump. They can't even arrest Winward. Listen to me. If that was the case, then why didn't Elon say something way back 2 months ago when they were burning, 3 months ago when they were burning Tesla? It's not, that has nothing to do with it. It's a personal thing. I watched an interview where he just said Donald Trump's the greatest thing that's ever happened to them. They keep airing it on Fox. He just said it in March. He's the greatest thing that's ever happened to America. Without him, that's when his Teslas, it has nothing to do with that. It's not the Teslas, trust me. I love Elon. They're two giant children. He's got a track record of this shit too. Okay? He's a nerd. He's a fucking nerd who made billions of dollars, and he's got like, I can get pussy now. You know what I mean? Like, but it has nothing to do with that. He would have said something a long time ago. Why would he wait till? That's bullshit. And Trump did everything. Trump had these fucking people arrested. Pam Bondi even said, I want them in jail. No, but you got liberal judges letting them fucking go. Let a guy go. If I went down here and burned some guy's Tesla, if I said, gay rights, trans rights, all this bullshit, they'd let me go. But if I said Trump, they'd be like, lock that motherfucker up. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're being brainwashed by that shit. Look, Elon's a great guy. I love him. They love each other. They're mad at each other. Again, if you saw me tomorrow making a video, Joe Zapata this or Zapata blah, you'd be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you'd be like, what happened?
They were just together fucking dude, last week he got the key to the fucking world. And now and he said how great Trump was, and they were hugging each other. Trump said this guy without this guy. And now all of a sudden they're like, fuck you, fuck you. You know what I mean? They're two giant children having a fucking argument in the playground, and everybody else is beating off to it.
Yep. Luciano said for Brian, either job move away, friends move on, jobs, move out of state 1,000 miles. That's what happens. My friend
people
moved
just
away.
grow different. You can't
Yep.
sweat it though. You can't sweat that. You can't force your friend or your lover or whatever to be. I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't want to be. And it doesn't mean they don't love you. They just go do their own thing. You'll still hear from them.
Winmore say, Joe, what do you think of the Trump and Elon? I agree with Greg. Something happened and something's going on. And we're going to find out eventually because you don't just switch like that. You don't just switch like that.
Win more. Right. You hear what Joe just said? You
don't switch
don't
on the
switch
dime.
like
Something
that.
happens.
You don't. Win more. The fucking burning of the goddamn thing started in like February. People were fucking. Why didn't Elon right there say, Donald, you're fucking me over? It's none of that's true. He's been since then. He's come out million. Last week they were like making out with each other. Now they're fucking. And what happened? It's not like it. This is not has nothing to do with it. This isn't about money. Those two guys could take fucking a boatload of money and dump it in the middle of the ocean, and it wouldn't affect. It has nothing to. It's a personal thing. It's an ego thing. That's what it is.
It'll come out. Something will come out.
We'll find it. Somebody close to somebody's going to spill it.
Yeah, something like stupid too, probably.
I'm not trying to piss you off with more, but I'm just telling you, it's not like, oh no, it's, don't think that shit that you see and too much reading shit. Trust me, you don't just switch like Joe just said it perfectly. You don't just switch. It's like somebody flipped a switch overnight. Trump even said it. Why didn't you if you were upset, why didn't you say something 3 months ago? This bill's been floating around. The car's been burning for a while. That's actually Sunday's news on Monday. I don't hear about Teslas being burnt that much anymore.
No. I don't know.
And when they were being bought, I remember Trump standing outside the White House and he bought a bunch of Teslas from Elon.
Wow.
With his own money. So why didn't Elon say something back then? Because it's not that. It's something personal.
Yep. Brian said, thanks for answering my questions, bro. Always feel like I can ask you something. Oh, well, thanks, guys. Going back
to work. Brian. Don't sweat it, though. Don't sweat it. It doesn't mean the guy that hates your guts just means he has a different life. Sometimes two people with different likes grow apart,
William Allen made a good point. More money is made by not curing cancer. That's correct.
Of course. But if Trump cured cancer, they would be like, holy fuck. You know what I mean?
And I wouldn't be surprised if they have the cure, but there's no cure in the, they need.
I don't know, but you know what? People used to say that forever, even when I was in high school. Meanwhile, Jimmy Carter's whole fucking family died of that shit. You don't think he'd save his own family if he had? I just think that cancer mutates. I think this is what I think. I think I'm no genius, but politics is like my favorite sport up there with baseball. Let me tell you something. It's that money. It's just like when they say we send all this food to Gaza, the fucking Gaza people in Gaza, they're starving. Wait a minute, hold on. They're starving because the food, it's not that the food's not going. It's that the fucking Hamas and people like that are stopping the trucks. You can't reach the people. I think a lot of the money that they make to cure cancer, all these like we're running for cancer, funds for cancer, join the Cancer Society, 2 cents on every dollar goes to cancer. The rest goes to these fucking bureaucrats and drug companies. Do you understand that? It's not going. If you took the greatest minds in science and medicine and you threw them in a room and you said, I'm gonna fucking, you don't leave this fucking room until that shit's fucking cured, and and here's all the money and all the resources and everything, they'd fucking cure it in no time. It's that it's hard, it mutates the whole bit. But you're right. There's too much money, but the money's not going to cancer. That's the problem. Just like the food's not going to the starving people, it's the money's not going to cancer.
Yep. Windward to Texas. But Greg, us saving tax money today with this bill is only temporary for borrowed Federal Reserve money. Our children will have to pay the borrowed money later and will suffer later on, brother.
No, that's a Democratic Windward. I love you. I do. And I respect you. And you can believe what you want, but that's a Democratic talking point. Windward. If the Democrats are like, fuck the bill. Fuck the big bill. They call it the big bad bill. He calls it the big beautiful bill. They call it the big bad bill. They're like this. Not because the Democrats want your they want to save you. Because the Democrats want to own you. Okay? And that's what they want. If this goes through, your children are fucked for many years. I'm telling you, if this doesn't go through, is what I'm saying. They want it to fail. When your enemy is praying for that, that right there shows you, okay, that means I'm on the wrong side if I'm rooting for that. You understand? I'm just telling you that. I'm not the fucking, I know my shit a little bit about this shit, because this shit's 24 hours in my house. It was baseball.
Gregory DeBarro says, Greg, you are full of it today. Republicans have the House and the Senate and the Supreme Court, and you blame the Democrats. Republicans are in charge.
Uh-oh. I smell a woke liberal in the house. Trans rights. Listen to me. You have no idea what you're talking about. Okay? You have judges that stop, local judges stopping this guy from doing everything. He can't throw a fart like this, and they'll be, you farted in the way. He can't throw somebody. They're not letting him do his job. You know what I say, Trump? You know what? First of all, the Republicans are rat fucks, okay? Because they fight amongst each other. You don't never see the Democrats do that because they're afraid. They fear the upper Democrats because they're so fucking corrupt. The Democratic Party is corrupt. You have no leadership. You're fucking shot, okay? But let me tell you something. If I could advise Trump, you know what I'd say? Fuck them all. You know why? I would say listen what I'm going to tell you. Pull a page out of Joe Biden's handbook. You know what? You know what I mean by that? Remember when Joe Biden said, I'm doing away with college payments, right? Fuck that. You're forgiven. Everybody, no more paying for your college, college loans, right? And the Supreme Court said you can't do that. You know what Joe Biden said? I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care what they said. I'm going to do it anyway. And you know what happened? He did it. So if I'm Trump, okay, I don't want to hear a Gregg Garcia. Fuck you all, okay? Bye. Do what you got to do. You're the boss. And if he's wrong, I'll be the first one to go against him. But I'm not having some Democrat cocksucker come in here fucking down. Oh, Donald Trump. When you fucking cocksuckers ruined. You ruined everything. Ruined. This country's a fucking, we need girls and boys and girls sports. I'm the first one to stick up for trannies. I'll pop a few of them in the can if they're hot. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're out of your fucking mind. The shit that's going on, BLM, all them, right here, motherfuckers. Right here. Reparations. For what? For what? What'd you do to earn that shit?
William Allen says,
fucking gay right. I gotta give them a fucking whole month. A whole month. It's Gay Pride Month. I gotta give them a whole month. I gotta suck that shit up. You know what I mean? I saw the comedian, what's his name, was saying, fucking George Washington has to share a day. He fucking founded this country. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. They share a fucking day. President's Day. Martin Luther King gets one day, right?
Yeah.
But fucking Gay Pride is a fucking whole month. I gotta have that shoved up my fucking ass.
Yeah, I guess Lincoln and Washington should have been banging each other.
Liberals, you fucking cocksuckers. Look, I don't give a shit if you're gay, straight. I could give two shits. I don't care if you want to marry your dog. I don't give two shits about that. Marry your dog. Fuck who. I don't care. So I have some liberal thoughts like that. I'm full for gays. I know trannies, real trannies, not these fat fucking guys with beards and shit. I'm a transgendered woman. No, you're fucking not. You got a fetish. You're fucking sick. You're fucking mentally ill. Don't give me that shit, okay? I don't want to hear any of that. Well, the Republicans have the House and the Senate. First of all, the Republicans fucking can't. They fucking fight amongst each other. They're petty. There's a lot of rhinos in there, and it's the older ones, if you know what I mean, that have been in there with the scuttle. But Democrats, give me a break. What did they do when Joe Biden? Our country's a fucking joke. And finally, we're getting respect back with the military. Do you see the military thing? Oh, I have two moms. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of your fucking mind.
Yep. William Allen says, without all the money, you really think Elon could get laid? No.
He's a nerd. Do you ever hear him talk? He's a nerd. I like Elon. I do. But, dude, money talks. I mean, look at Mike Tyson. That's an ugly motherfucker. And he was getting ass and shit because he's Mike Tyson. Girls will fuck anything. Girls don't care about looks. They want that. They're smart. Girls is way smarter than guys because you can get a guy who's got a lot of scuttle, and all you need is one fucking chick who's got big tits and kind of cute, and she could be, we could live on love. And the guy's like, how much money do you want? Here, take my fucking. Here's my fucking black card, my gold card here. Oh, take my house, and then before you know it, they're like, that bitch fucking robbed me. She got a boyfriend, and it's like, get out of here. Women are
Winward says, do you think that with these two great minds, with Trump and Elon, are willing to sacrifice $350 million American future on a personal matter? Love it, but I think that they are above that.
Yes. No, they're too petty. They're two giant children. That's what I think. They're two giant children. Look, I love Trump. I hated his guts when he was the fucking, when he did that whole, like, you're fired. he's got a fucking huge ego, and so does fucking. That's what happens when you reach that status. They all do. Do you understand? I love Trump. I don't think he's like sitting there, but you're out of your fucking mind if you really think that bill failing is going to help you. You're out of your fucking mind. That's it. When you hear Democrats fucking stroking it like this to that shit, you're out of your fucking mind. That right there shows you how bad that bill is. You know what I mean? How bad if that bill fails, how bad that'll be.
Luciano said there's a reason why they're attacking ectovermin and other pills. You know, that drug for cancer?
Ivermectin, yeah.
Ivermectin, yes. There's a reason. That's what he says. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Luciano, they attack shit that works. Remember, all this shit, hydrochloroquine, don't take that shit. Joe Rogan took it, and they were, Joe Rogan was with Bernie Sanders. He was a big Bernie Sanders guy. And then fucking COVID hit, and he saw how they all the left turned against him, and all the woke and Democrats, like, wear a mask. How do you know? Listen, do you guys go shopping? Do any of you guys go shopping? Joe, do you go shopping? Of course you do, right? When you go to a store right now, nobody's wearing a mask, but you see one or two fucking people wearing a mask. And right then and there, those are fucking liberal Democrats. You know that right there. They're not, because they're still nuts. They're still nuts wearing that fucking mask like it's going to stop something.
Jerry Gunn says the life wants us not to like Mr. Trump. Yep, I guess so.
You don't have to like Trump. Nobody has to agree with me. I'm just telling you my belief and my thing. You could fucking think I'm nuts or whatever the fuck. That's your prerogative. We don't all have to agree on shit. I don't like fat asses and big tits. Some guys do. I like skinny fucking anorexics, like that. So but that's good on me. You know what I mean? Because when I hang out with my friends and they're like, oh, that one's hot. I like that skinny one. You know what I mean? That's just, we all like that. I like vanilla, my girlfriend likes strawberry and shit. You know what I mean?
Like chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate too. Yeah, she likes anything as junk. I don't. I can't eat like candy bars and fucking donuts. I have not because of that, because that just doesn't do it for me. My girlfriend, that's like, oh my God, a donut. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I'm a guinea who doesn't like pastries. I don't like cannolis and that shit. I don't eat that shit.
Gregory DeBarrow says, I am not woke. I am not for trans people competing against ladies. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
Yep.
It's wrong. I'm agreeing with you, Gregory. I'm saying that's wrong. All that shit's wrong.
John Solly said, be nice, Gregory. It's Gay Pride Month.
Yeah, I know. Gay Pride, they get a fucking month.
And they get a month. That's right.
When is Dumb Guinea month? That's my month. Anyway.
He says, Winward says, all I know, Greg and Joe, is that one orgasm bill brings us $5 trillion more in the hole, which means less groceries and higher mortgages and taxes. Real time hurt.
No, you're not going to listen. That bill fails, you're fucked. He'll be saying to me, holy shit, you were right. Because your taxes are going to go through the ceiling. That's what Democrats want. That's how do you think big government operates? On your fucking money. And it goes in their pockets. We're having transgender studies in fucking Burma. Oh, well, we need that. You know what I mean?
Cro-Mag said, Greg, as a rule, I don't trust Asians. However, I love their sweet hairs.
I do too. I like it. I actually, I'm not I like the anime. Look, there's a lot of girls who try to look like anime, but the one thing I like is Asians are skinny. And I love skinny girls with those big brown anime eyes. When I see those girls, that I like. I like that.
Veterans, Dizzy Willow says, veterans get 2 days. They shouldn't get a whole month.
Yeah, and you got to be dead to enjoy one of them, right? Because Memorial Day got to be a dead veteran, right?
Yeah.
And then on Veterans Day, you get one. It's just, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's bullshit. Anytime you see the Democrats celebrating something, that should tell you right there. Now, if you're a Democrat, you're going to be like, oh, fuck you. Look at the Republicans. Well,
we even have Black History Month.
You have the right to believe what you want to believe. But I'm telling you right now, all I know is you guys had fucking Obama in office and fucking this fucking nut job that just left. And we've been fucked ever since. Obama's the one who opened up, men could use, women's bathroom if they identify. Yeah, I identify as a 15-year-old girl myself. And now I want to date, I'm lesbian. So I want to date another 15-year-old girl. Would you accept that? No, you wouldn't. But it's okay in other aspects. It's more bullshit.
John Solly said, our real heroes get 1 day. Rainbow's bright lovers get the whole damn month. What the fuck?
Yep. They get the whole year. Dude, they get off. Look at it. Look, you want to win war. You want to get back into fucking firebombing Elon Musk fucking bullshit? The left, who's, you're touting Elon Musk and money, and the left is the one who's doing a firebombing. They had a fucking transgender fucking light up. I don't know how many of his fucking cars. They had it in. The transgender got arrested, and the judge said, well, he's got, it's because he's transgender. He's got a little mental illness, so we're gonna let him go. And he got away with it. He got away with it. That you want that back in office? Then vote fucking Democrat.
Yep. Ben Garcia said, remember last year Biden was dancing with trannies in the White House. Half of Target was all like gay pride today, but today Target replaced the rainbows with red, white, and blue section.
Ben,
yeah, that's crazy.
It's funny you say that because that's one of the fucking things I talk about all the time. You remember that where I know what Ben's talking about. You remember when they're on the grass and they show everybody's dancing to some fucking thing, and there's Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's like this, looking around like this, and there's this fucking black dude with fucking a sequence dress on, a fucking full goatee, long hair, and he's like over there, and he grabs Biden's hand, and he kisses it, and Joe Biden's like, hey, a guy just kissed my hand. He didn't even know. But I'm just saying, like, you think when Putin and all these other, even Xi, you think they sit there and they see that shit, which is played all the time. I mean, they show it all the time on TV. They see some black dude in a sequence dress with a fucking full like beard mustache, and he's over there with the president and a possible at the time Kamala Harris, who was running for president. You think they see that shit and they don't go, holy fuck, is America fucked? We look like to the rest of the world. You think these fucking people, these immigrants, come in this country, start protesting, firebombing, killing people in this country? If you did that in any other country, you'd get killed. Now, if they allow it in Germany, France, England, because they're fucking like us. They're run too much by liberals. Once you let liberals take over, they're oppressed. They're oppressed people. Yeah. And go look what the savages. They're savages. Look what they're doing to Germany, France, and England. Look what they're doing to those countries.
Dean says, when we had to wear a mask, I used to wear my girlfriend's underwear at the time. The ones that she weren't washed, though.
That'd be nice.
Nice, Dean.
I hope she threw a fart in it.
Yep. What did John say? John said, the worst is still when a person is driving in the car alone with a mask on still.
Oh, John. I see that, John. I see that all the time. You see a lot of old people doing it. Every once in a while it's a girl, and they're right. It's always girls today. There's always like girls that are fucking liberals today. It's the Democratic Party is like fucking 75% women. Most men left the Democratic Party. What do you, Tim Walz is your hero? That fucking clown?
Yeah. Most of the people I still see wear masks are Asian, though. I do notice that.
Well, there's Asians here, but I don't really see. They've been wearing masks fucking 20 years back when I was like fucking right out of high school. They started that shit down in there where the subways are down there because they have all kinds of weird shit going on.
Dean said I'd wear my mask at the time when me and my girlfriend and I were getting it on.
There you go. That's because she ate something spicy and her breath was killing. I'm kidding. They
did everything in their power to make sure Trump don't get back in. But now he's back in and in control. I'm not surprised. They are still trying to get him to the end.
Yes, but Ben, the problem is he's in control, but they're not letting him do anything. He can't make anytime he makes a ruling on something, they have some local fucking judge who's a Democrat, liberal cocksucker fucking, saying, nah, we can't do that. We can't throw these people out, on anything he does, even the bill, it's everything he does. A Democrat judge tries to block it. Imagine if we did. First of all, the Democrats, they don't listen. If you had a Republican judge block that, he'd be, okay, we're going to listen to you. Yeah, right. Just like Joe Biden said about the fucking school things. I don't care what they say. I'm still doing it. And he did it.
Yep. Van Helsing said peptides like PBC 157 versus roids.
I'll stop with that shit. I don't know. You think like Nick Walker's like, dude, forget the roids. I need peptide BPC 157 or whatever. No. Forget the peptides and all that shit. You guys forget all that. There's nothing like steroids. I don't know any fucking pro bodybuilder who fucking like that's their protocol. Trust me. Their protocol is to fucking babanya.
Yep. Great White. Yeah, I noticed at gym, random people wear masks too.
You got to be an idiot. You got to be an idiot to be in a gym. How do you breathe? I remember when we had to wear masks at the gym. Yeah. I used to put my nose down. I couldn't breathe. I pulled down. I had throat cancer and shit, so my throat's not operating right. This is why I cough and shit. I can't fucking get. Listen, a mask ain't going to stop it. You touch your hands, right? Did you wear gloves? And when you wear gloves, do you take the gloves off, touch your mask, and then put your gloves back on? No. Even if you had gloves on, if you go touch your mask, if you touch something that's got, if this here has fucking COVID on, and I touch it, right? And then I pull down my mask, I'm fucked. I just touch the mask, I just touch my nose, or I wet my nose, or I wet my face. I'm fucked. It's stupid. And if you do have gloves on, you'd have to take them off to wipe your face and put the gloves back on. But if you wipe your face with the gloves, whatever's on the outside of the gloves is going to get, so you fucked. Masks ain't doing shit. You can't be that stupid.
Yep. Ruben Sanchez, what's going on, Ruben? Women can sit on my face because I identify as a chair.
There you go.
There you go, man.
That's what I would tell Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? I would be your fart cushion.
Yep. So, Greg, we're over an hour already.
No fucking way, Joe. Are you serious?
Yeah, we are, man. Yes, we are.
Joe, I swear to God, if you didn't just say it, I would have said we did 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes.
No, it goes by really quick. We have a good time. I want to thank Jerry Guns, John Saldi, Dean, Ruben Sanchez,
all you
everybody.
guys.
Windward Attack, of course.
Windward, please don't be mad at me. I don't want any of you guys to be. That's my play. You don't have to agree. You can think you don't have to agree with me politically. That's what makes everything beautiful.
Yeah,
we don't agree on everything.
Gregory, everyone, and thank you guys. Brian, Pablo, of course, or Simply Deep, all you guys, Marcos. Just making sure everyone, we appreciate you guys coming out, watching us, listening to us every week. Love you guys. Anything you need, we're here. Greg, I will talk to you in a little bit, my brother.
All right, Joseph. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. I just, you don't have to agree.
Likes to vent.
I still respect everybody's opinion.
You got it.
All right.
All right. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching the Zapata Brand Podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast and listen where all podcasts are available.